It's been a long time coming, this video. Finally, we get to go through all the Wonder Kids Add a Player characters that have been added from the Patreon. This video is going out on the Cutsy Extra channel because I think that outside of that Patreon bubble, there might be a few people that are interested why there were so many blank faces in my transfer hub. Well, this is exactly the reason. And I wanted to say thank you to all my patrons who have been very patient. They probably know how much work, or if they don't know, they will know very shortly how much work has been put into this. And they have shown me an incredible amount of patience, and I do very much appreciate that. However, Patreon is a service. I always think of it as a service, and you guys are putting money not just towards me, but to see certain rewards happen, and I will do my very best to fulfill them as quickly as possible. Which leads me on to the two player styles that we're going to cover today. So it's Add a Player and Wonder Kids. Now at the start I tried to get as much done as I possibly could. However, in the Wonder Kid tier you were able to select a club, which was on my bad because I completely forgot how unprepared the FIFA editor would be. And the live editor at that point, in fact it was probably about December when it started to drop, you could not manually move people to a certain club. So I quickly decided to make the Wonder Kids just free agents and they would just go on their merry way. The Wonder Kids I've added tonight, they will not have a club at the moment, and they will not have their accessories correct, because you can't edit. Let me just get onto the game. You can't edit players that are in the free agents list. It's one of them things. FIFA 21, a new block to just make my life a little bit more difficult. That's why on the Wonder Kid list, if you've noticed, there's 2 ticks to every name. One tick's to actually say that I've put the player in, and the second tick is to say that the accessories are complete on the player. So I guess that's a bit more information or just clarity on why there's 2 ticks to every name. For the Add a Player, it's pretty simple. I think I only asked for ethnicity, nation, and name. I think it was something as simple as that. So even in year 1, there was loads of spaces that we could occupy and fill out, and they went straight into clubs. The only difference being that they have no say in what their potential is. So most of them are really, really poor players. Simple as that. Or players that will not reach the top flight of football, professional football. So, yeah. There's that stage, but it was way easier to obviously put the add players into playable teams first season. And as the seasons progressed, obviously the regens have filled out a lot more. So, if you think that your player should be moving on, or you don't like where your player's gone, just message me and I will try and sort it as quickly as possible. I have not done any forceful transfers in this save. I hope it's the exact same as FIFA 20. If it is, then that's no problem. If it's not, then I'm just going to have to learn it before I jump into it, commit to it in the save, because I don't want anything corrupting in the save. Straightforward enough. I know that there's a guy who wanted a player at Chelsea, but he's actually gone to Tottenham. So that's a nasty one. Unless you didn't like Chelsea, but you actually like Tottenham, and then why would you ask for Tottenham? And why would you ask for Chelsea in the first place? Wouldn't make any sense. So occasionally there might be a player or two doesn't go to a club that they're really willing the player to go to. As for other players, there's going to be just an absolute array here. Players from just in all 4 corners of the globe. I'm going to go to the post now. And we're going to start with Add a Player, because that's the bigger list. Just quickly get through these. I'm not going to go through them massively. I would like to tell you all the potentials. Now, the potentials have been fluctuating as well through the save. So if your player dropped in the first season, yes, it was, say it was a wonder kid, it was guaranteed 90 to 95 at that point. But of course, how we do dynamic potential here, it could stay 96, 96, 96, or it could drop into the 80s. Hopefully it's not like that. And like the reverse, even though you're in the like a $3, the lucky ones might get an 80 overall anyway, just by being lucky in the dynamic potentials. All right, but fingers crossed for everybody in the Wonder Kids. You've still got someone 80 plus, very Premier League capable eventually. So let's go to customize tee up. Cool. Here we go, man. This is going to be a long list. Let's get ourselves prepared. All right. I want to also open up the live editor, so I can tell you all the potentials of your players at this moment in time. So you can even track the potentials. I'm sure you'll be able to track the potentials on FIFA Tracker, but I think that this would be a nice inclusion. Here we are. So FIFA database tables, player info. Ready to go. Okay, so it's first off. Hopefully everybody's in the transfer list. They might have dropped off if they got transferred. I hope not. They are sorting out by first names. That's a disaster. Okay. It's the only way that we're going to do this. Okay, first off, Skippy Bib. Skippy Bib. Now, I want you guys to keep everybody in check. If you see anything out of line with one of the Patreon adder players, if you think that it's offensive in any way, tell me in the comment section, and we'll remove it from the game. We'll get it gone. Obviously, I cannot know the world. I don't know everything, and I might have, unfortunately, let one slip. But you are here to help me out. I've tried my best to make sure they're all above board. But you can never be completely sure. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to save it up, and I'm also, with the live editor, going to reveal the overalls of the players as well. So, Global Transfer Network, reveal all player data. Cool. Now we are good to go. So I think the first one was in the MLS. Is that correct? So I don't know how many times I'll allow people to move their own player. But if it's completely demanding, of course, like this is way down the list of things that I want to do. If I'm committing myself to work, if someone's like pestering me to keep on moving the players, there will be a point where I go no. But I think everybody has the right to at least move their player once if they wish to. So Skippy Bibb, a United States central defensive midfielder, he is at Sporting Kansas, 59 overall and a 62 potential. So I don't know. I don't think we'll be seeing him through the YSL series. However, I think we might have to do something at the end with all the players, just to have a laugh and a giggle. So that's the first one. Fantastic. So we're going to Christopher. Sort this out by names. Christopher K. Paul Vidarson. Oh my. Where are you, lad? There he is. Horson's a 21-year-old, 55 overall right back. And his potential is 59. Ouch. I don't even think he's going to manage to break through that team. That's a nasty one. We got Vetya, Ben, Richard Hammond. Yeah, all the old Top Gear cast is in here. You'll realize how massive this project's been. Richard Hammond actually played against us. He played about 20 minutes against Harrogate Town, but his inclusion was so insignificant in a game that was either dying of death or that it was either a comfortable loss or a comfortable win. You know what I mean? Like it was very it was an uninformative 20 minutes. I didn't say much. Might have been concentrating getting back into the game, but he did play a little bit against us, which is more than what can be said about some of the other players that we'll be seeing. I would love for all of them to be playing against us, but the fact of the matter is that the channel's doing well, and look, the what you call it, the Patreon has grown significantly in size, and there's a lot of people wanting their players to be added to the save. And I mean, I'm all for adding players to the save, hence why it is a reward. But I don't want it to become the save to become a sideshow, of course. So having the players dotted all around the save in all nations suits me very, very much so. Makes my life way easier, because I think that was it Wimbledon. It's started getting a bit of a sideshow, really. But anyway, whatever. Cameron Smith next. So we're going up to C. Anyway, he's playing for Crewe Alexandra. That Richard Hammond. Hang on, did I talk about his? Oh, he's got 75 potential. I mean, he's 21 years old. I have no idea if he's going to reach that high potential. Cam Smith. Cameron Smith. He's playing for Middlesbrough with a 79 potential. Look at him. So he's not bad. If he went away from Middlesbrough, I'm sure he would get a lot of game time. He might have even played against us. I mean, Middlesbrough surely must be in the Championship there or thereabouts. 64 overall. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. He might have actually played for us. Against us. There you go. Kiroka. So we're going down to Q. This is, oh dear. This is a 50 overall, 64 potential central midfield Mongolian player. Playing for Shanghai Greenland Shenhua. Shanghai Shenhua. Cool. Yeah, probably nowhere near that first team. But you never know. You never know. Looking at the potential, presumably it's gone up slightly with the dynamics. So just fingers crossed that he gets like a +8. My maximum per season is a +8, and that's really rare. Just fingers crossed. By the way, how I do it is it's a massive Excel spreadsheet, and I copy and paste this big list of potentials like +8, +5, and then loads like +3, +2. So they're like mostly minute changes. I randomize that list and pop it into the Excel spreadsheet, get it all sorted. So I have no idea, because they work on player IDs and not actual names. I have no idea which ones have gone up and which ones have gone down, which is perfect because there's no bias there. There can't be any bias. Just work on a spreadsheet. Lovely. What we got? So we've just done Kiroka. Charlie. Taff. There he is, Charlie Taff, a 54-year-old overall striker with he's got 10 range on his potential, so 64 potential there. Playing at Academica Clinceni, Romanian. I think we've been talking about it. I'm pretty sure it is Romanian. It's an interesting career turn there, the Canadian in Romania. Cameron, Charlie. Here we go. Chris Fleming. Next one. His potential is only 57, but I guess he's working as a backup there for Lincoln City. Yeah, unfortunately, nothing to write home about there, Chris. Hopefully the dynamic potentials are a bit happier on you, bit more fortunate soon. Rubio Melicio. Oh, so this is more Chris Fleming. He's got 2 here. The Chris Fleming was a holdover from Walkley. Of course, the Walkley Wanderers series didn't last for anywhere as long as what I expected. But I'm glad that we dropped off, because this series has very much worked out because of it. Milicio, he's playing for Shrewsbury. Okay. Very much on his potential. So 2 really, really naff ones here. Sorry, Chris. But I would say that Rubio Milicio has a better chance of playing for Shrewsbury. I don't know. Like, Shrewsbury, Lincoln, at this current time, I would say very, very close to one another in terms of quality. I'm not really taking, in particular, this season, but like the range of 5 years, Shrewsbury have been up, Lincoln have been up, and then kind of just like petered out there, like mainly League One. Still think Milicio would have a better chance of getting into that midfield. Whatever. Keelim O'Hare for Christopher Visconti. Keelim. There he is. Keelim O'Hare is playing for Aston Villa at 66. Wow! A 66 overall with a potential of 88. Wow. Fair enough. Okay, I don't think we'd get a better one than that. My goodness. So, yeah, Christopher, you have got an absolute stunner there. Biggs and Dontai for Connor Truelove. Remember, if there's any names that you don't think should be, or you think that are unacceptable, that I've completely missed, gone under the radar, please let me know. I don't want any nonsense in Youth Squad Legends. So this is Biggs. He's playing for Motherwell, a 61 overall, with a potential of 71. So there's actually a chance there to be a solid championship player for Biggs. Quite nice. He's got age on his side at 20. Very, very well done. That's a nice little one. You want one of these players. You're not. Look, let's be honest. The Keelan O'Hare thing is not going to happen that often. Okay, but you want one of these players that can have a really interesting career from like 60s to 70s overall, that range. Can have a really interesting career outside of Harrogate. So the next one's an inappropriate name, got rejected. And then we got, okay. So L. Randy suggested Tyrone Starblanket, and I was a little bit reluctant to put this in because I searched Tyrone Starblanket, and the only thing that I could see on Google was a murder, and I think it was two people had done it. One was called Tyrone, and I think the surname of the other one was Starblanket. I was like, okay, it looks like coincidence, but I'm not really too sure how I stand on this. My Google is listening to me. Just because I said murder doesn't mean that I'm a murderer, Google. Come on, man. Tyrone Starblanket is playing for Cusco Football Club, the Greenland football player. Interesting. He is a 56 overall with only 57 potential, so I don't think we're going to see Tyrone Starblanket anytime soon. But what a kit. What a great kit by Cusco. Nice. Elias Melander is your next one. Yeah, you might be like looking at my beard and going, Jesus, that is a one big beard. It will get cut. It's got to that stage where it's interfering with dinner. And when it starts interfering with food, get out of here. Oh, Melander's doing all right. 75 overall, 81 potential at Club Necaxa. Very good. There he is. He even got a trait. Wow. So he... Yeah, no, that's it. 81 potential. We've already gone through that. 5'7". Yeah, he could very much become a Premier League player. Someone needs to pick him up, I think. See? It's so interesting. Right. I think do it going forward. Because with just the crazy amount of interest in adding players to the save, it's going to have to be more like complete randomization of what club and what overall to a certain degree, just to make sure that they are not completely interfering with the save. Oh, that's a nice way of putting it, actually. What are we on next? Okay, Emico Ecology. Asserley Lewis. That's right at the top. He is playing for Dundee United, my friend. He's a 59 overall, 68 potential centre-back. Could play right back as well. Wow. Pagan's couple now. Okay, so we've got Greg Olofsson and Ronnie Kalulu. Okay, go to Greg first. Greg Olofsson is playing for Norrköping in the Swedish league, probably. He has got a 61 potential, so not great there. We've got Ronnie Kalulu. So onto the R's. Ronnie Kalulu. 57 overall Ronnie Kalulu, but 72 potential. That's definitely gone up. Because I remember talking to Pagan whilst I was putting him in. That is a higher potential. Dynamic potential there has been shining upon you. Jack Heatherington with Jack Heatherington. Nice. Let's have a look at this player. You see my PC just freaked out there. Just was like, God damn, please get off this shortlist. It is driving me mad. Jack Heatherington is a 57 overall, 69 potential striker in Australia with the Brisbane Roar at the moment. Very, very interesting. But then again, he is Australian himself. That's not interesting at all. Okay, it's just an Australian breaking through. Might be playing for him. You never know. I don't know how bad the Brisbane Roar are. Jack Mace with Jack Mace. There he is, playing for Lincoln City. A 56 overall left back. Crap, Jack, unfortunately. You've got a 64 potential. So maybe at the peak of your powers, you could be playing League 2 football. Yeah, but don't worry, you've got a wonder kid that's doing a little bit better that you can see here, and we'll talk about him in a second. When I say a second, a little bit more than a second. We got Wittinus Chavango Jr. This is from Jake after his Wittinus Chavango Jr. from the last year. No, he's added another junior. He's a 54 overall, 61 potential player, so definitely not as good as Wittinus Chavango Jr. But you know what? The name lives on. That name has gone places, man. Yeah. Now we got a Wittiness Mate Junior. Incredible. Jake Smith. This is a holdover from Walkley. We got Renzo Arizmendi. Renzo. This is CD Universidad Católica del Ecuador. Woo! That's a name and a half. So I presume that it's just shortened to Universidad. This is a 59 overall, 75 potential player. Nice. Keep an eye on him. If that potential holds up, he would be a nice one to see where that goes. Surely he's moving away from Universidad. And then we got Nima Wangchuk for Jamie. The next couple are holdovers from Walkley. We are going the wrong way. Curtis does not know where N is in the dictionary. Nima Wangchuk, a Bhutanese centre forward. Magnificent. What isn't magnificent is his overall and potential, 53 and a 54 respectively. But he's there, and I tell you what, he's probably the most stylish of the lot. The kit looks great, his hair looks great. God, Nima Wangchuk. And you know what? The kit matches the flag. Madness. Next up, Brighton Wilcox. This is a couple Jason Wilcox inclusions. We've got Brighton Wilcox and Ignace Zementra. We need to talk about Ignace in a second. Brighton, we've got a B. There he is, 61 overall, playing for Universidad Nacional, UNAL, in the Mexican League, I think. That is a 61 overall and a 73 potential, so not a bad little player there. And then, the reason why these players have all got blank faces. Ignace Zemetra, I, at one stage, thought was just a player that had dropped in. And I was like, that's a great name. So we shortlisted him as a player that we could potentially sign. And thankfully, one of the people that was there whilst I was doing the live load of the next season, the upcoming season, found out that Ignace Zemetra was one of the players that was added. And I thought, well, with the demand for add a player and wonder kits, we needed to do something about it. So we broke the mini faces on purpose to show me that this guy, Ignace, is a person that we've added in. Whereas Innocent Zuma is not a person that is added in. And he's looking very good, isn't he? 66 overall? Cool. How about that? Tell you what, if I signed someone like Innocent Zuma, he'd have to change skin colour. Come on. Be right. Let's be correct here. Don't like it. You know what? That's one of my requests right now. EA, next 5 years, let's connect ethnicities with names. You've done it now. You've got to a stage where most of the nationalities have skin tone representation correct, kind of. I mean, South Africa's a bit not South Africa. South America's a bit meh. But most of the world you got about right. Now, next step, like Football Manager have, connect those ethnicities to names, family names. Next step. Come on, let's make it realistic. But Innocent Zuma, got to keep an eye on him. He's looking a bit tasty. This is not a Youth Squad Legends episode. It's a spin-off. So we've just had Ignace. Kyle Webb. So Kyle Webb was added by Loza. We got 2 from Loza. And this guy is playing for Nagoya Grampus out there in Japan, I believe. And, well, his potential has actually gone up, shot up to a 75. So maybe life in the old dog yet. Kyle Webb there. I'm saying old dog, he's only 20 years old. And then we've got Jeremy Clarkson. Power. Power. Jerry Clarkson. Dear me. Okay, so he's a 73 overall, 81 potential player. Left midfielder. Damn. We did, because I thought it was quite hilarious, I did do a little bit more with these Top Gear lot. I just I sorted out the heights just so they matched. So we got Jeremy Clarkson, James May that's coming up. He's a wonder kid. Richard Hammond's the smaller one, and someone even suggested making the Stig, but that didn't come through. But there you go, Jeremy Clarkson easily better, clearly better than Richard Hammond. Didn't think I was going to be saying that in a FIFA video. Joseph Anthonis. It's got to be close to this. Yeah, I'm very... Is it here at all? Oh, mate, I was just talking about how surprised I was that every single player was still on this shortlist. And then there's one here that seems to have slipped the net. Joseph. I don't even know where I'm going here. Where are we? Oh. No, sorry, that was the Patreon user. That's why we can't see him. We are looking for David Rowntree from Joseph. So we're actually going for D. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. No, I am very surprised that all of these players have stayed on the shortlist. Very happy with that. This was one of the strugglers, a 56 overall centre-back. But he has got a lease of life here because his potential jumped up to 68. So you never know. You never know. And I think that's the best bit about our dynamic potential that we're doing post-season. That you never know what's going to pop up. Obviously, some of the very big star players in world football right now will still be star players, but there'll just be slight increments, slight changes and tweaks, and you never know. Some might get +8 a couple of times, and all of a sudden they're playing in the Premier League when they should be in League 2. We're going for Lee Jules next. There we go. Oh, hello. He's a 72 overall. Mate, he's going up to an 87 potential. Wow. Look at him go. He's playing for Heatherington. Right midfielder. Excellent little player. Excellent. Look how quick he is. Oh my goodness. God. Go on, Lee Jules. Michael Mack. Mikhail Mack. This is Manolo's addition. He's a 60 overall right back, 69 potential, playing for Millwall. There you go. Martin Kinsey, Radovan Blaha. Radovan. Radovan Blaha, 59 overall. This is the first one that dipped below his actual overall in terms of potential, going to 56. So he's not had a good time with the dynamic potentials. But what a wonderful kit that is. Little glossy front with the stripes. You might not go much places, many interesting places in your career, but I tell you what, you're very, very difficult to find a kit better than that at Hansa Rostock. So yeah, 59 overall, dipping to 56 potential. So the good news is that if it dips below his current overall, it won't go down. His 59 overall will just stay the same, and just hold that place until that potential maybe jumps up again with another dynamic. But maybe at that point is too old to start really gaining ground on the overalls. I don't know. But that's an old boy as well at 22 years old. Teaspoon, Matt, right, we need to talk. Matt with Teaspoon, this made me laugh. This made me chuckle so much. 64 overall, 65 potential, central defensive midfielder at Nottingham Forest. But what a name. That is how you do it, guys. Just keep it in mind, that is how you do it. Just have a guy that is a bit ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous, but also sounds plausible. Can you think of a person that could be called Teaspooner? Yes. Is it hilarious? Yes. Great choice. Really, really, really quality. I wish he just was a better footballer for your sakes, Matt, because, I mean, it's a top effort on the name. Michael Grasso with Michael Grasso. So we got to M. Just so you know, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows or gets it that the people with the real faces here are just on the short list, potentially, maybe, one day making the move to Harrogate. I'm sure most of them will not. Grasso. It's goalkeeper. He's goalkeeper for Melbourne City in the A-League. And he's got a 57 overall and a 56 potential. So he's in the same bucket, same terrible position as Radovan Blaha, unfortunately. Peter Godley Mummy Arse. This is Michael Fruity's suggestion. Peter Godley Mummy Ass. 56 overall, playing for Doncaster Rovers. 68 overall potential. Okay, 68 potential, yeah? A lot of people commenting about Peter Godley Mamias on the main channel saying, you gotta sign him. So I guess for great names, or ones that catch the eye, Peter Godley Mamias, you kind of done the job there, Fruity. You've made my life a little bit more tricky. But of course, you didn't mean to. I understand and I know. Pizda, Bowe, Mr. Duck. So it's the next one. And he's a striker of 58 overall striker. However, it's not all bad because his potential is shot up to 76. So that could be a good player eventually. The Romanian from Mr. Duck. San Vanel suggested Jan Venegor of Hesselink Jr. Because why not? Why not? This is a 63 overall central midfielder, 69 potential, playing for Feyenoord, so it's nowhere near the first team, let's be real here. But, there you go, adding to the longest shirt name ever, just putting a JR dot at the end. We're near the end, we're near the final, we've got the final three in the list of add a player, and then we move on to the Wonder Kids. Mitchell Ryan. Submitted by the Lizard King. Mitchell Ryan from Adelaide United. 6'7". Core. So we do change the heights of the centre backs and the wing backs. If you've ever played FIFA in these recent years, you'll know that FIFA have a tendency of making really tall wing backs and really short centre backs, so we fix them as much as possible, with the tallest being 6'7", and you've got that. You've got that really nice, with a 71 potential as well. So there's life there. It could be a good footballer, making a solid living for himself. So that was Mitchell Ryan, and then we got Thomas Holt Ronksy with Thomas Holt Ronksy. Where are you? There he is. Standard Liège. That's a nice kit. Standard Liège's kit is lovely. 59 overall, 62 potential striker. And finally, at the bottom here, Zachary Brazier with Zachary Brazier. It's down at the bottom here. It's 51. It's not a very good one here, Zachary. I'm sorry. A 51 overall with a 59 potential. And we've done the customized tier. Now, they usually take me about 5 minutes each. So add them up, figure it out. That's how long we've taken. The Wonder Kids take vastly a lot longer because we don't just do nationality, skin tone, and name. We do everything that you want. Anything. We got birthdays on some of them. We tried, like, some people suggested eye colour. I wasn't going that far. I'm sorry. Who can see their eyes at that distance? Nobody. That guy got green eyes? We don't know. You could try and zoom in. I'm none the wiser, and I'm looking at it this close. Not even compression on YouTube. I can't see anything. I'm gonna guess brown. No? Blue. No? It changes colour every time you look at it. Blue. Whatever. We want to see these published posts. And go to the Wonder Kids here. That's obviously a lot less populated. Still a ton of work, though. Okay. First up, Angus. Angus Henderson with Norman Henderson. Where are you, lad? So remember that these players here, the Wonder Kids, because of the lack of being able to move the players right off the bat, they were put in as free agents. So the lads asked for a club. We couldn't make it. So this is complete random. Games dropped them in. Here we go. Minnesota United have Norman Henderson as 79 overall. Of course, they're guaranteed a high potential straight off, so a 90 to 95. This guy slightly dipped to 88, but still a very, very good player. Then we got Teller Ben Harouche, who I think is playing for Manchester City. I think he's at Manchester City. It's great to know that all of them are still on the shortlist. Yeah, 80 with an 87 potential. Already at the big club. Might see him play against Harrogate Town. I think we should. Think we will be seeing him play against Harrogate Town. Jeffrey Woolsey with Shaman. Okay. Shaman's a Pokemon. Shaman's out here being an 80 overall goalkeeper for Leeds United with a 90 potential. There you go. So we might see Shaman as well. He's probably broken in to that first team, the Leeds United first team. Jackson Morash with John Farrell. Yep, Farrell. John. Also, if you requested one of these players and you don't find it anywhere, I do apologize that you have to sit through all of this. But get on the blower with me, message me, Twitter, Patreon, and just tell me, look, I asked for another player, he's not here, please can we sort it? And I will do my utmost to get it done as quickly, as properly, and with a grovelling apology. So here's John Farrell. 82 overall goalkeeper playing for Nîmes, and a 91 overall. So he's been sticking around. Oh, got a little itch in my nose there. And that was Jackson Marash's suggestion. Jokkel Ari Haraldson wanted Leonardo Mamacelli. Leonardo Mamacelli. He's playing for Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah, I believe this is the one that actually wanted it going for Chelsea. So, yeah, I do apologise. 86 potential, so he dropped off a little bit. But still should be a very good Premier League player. Then we got Mika's Shmuel Goldberg. It's very difficult to say Shmuel and not, you just quick read it, and it's Samuel Goldberg here. Playing for Ibar, 78. Ooh! 78 overall with a potential of maximum 96. Now, I top them off. Like, we've had certain potentials because of the dynamics go to like 102 or 104, but don't want to break the game, obviously. We do a ceiling of 96 all across. So Goldberg cannot be any better at this moment in time. He's playing for Ibar, the 19-year-old. Yeah, 96 potential. That is crazy. So there is even that chance, because the guarantees are 90 to 95, that they get even better than the guarantees, and that's what Goldberg's done. Mikel L UFC, Giuseppe D Magnifico. The good thing is that all these players still are well in the 80s. You've got to be very, very unlucky to dip underneath 80. Giuseppe D Magnifico. There we go. Finally got there. This is a 79 overall centre mid playing for Mets. 91 potential. So there's room to fill in there, room to grow. You've got to be happy with that one. There were the holdovers from Walkley. Now we move into submissions that were done whilst we've been making the Harrogate series. Anthony Bellani submitted Sebastian Villa. A lot of work. It's been a lot of work, guys. So I would say on average, like all of these take me about half an hour each. The Wonder Kids. So Vola's here playing for Angers. I think it's a French side. That is a 96 potential that I'm seeing. So maximum potential for Sebastian Vola. Rudy Vola? Am I getting this right? I swear Rudy Vola was a footballer. Is this just a next generation? Beats me. Aaron Tietzen. Yeah, Aaron. I know you, mate. Aaron wanted Adama Kwarasi. That is a very difficult name to say. Adama. Let's use the D-pad and the analog stick to get up there quick enough. Rapido. There he is, right at the top. Oh, he's a goalkeeper playing for Las Linsk. 80 overall, 90 potential. Could be a good one. Adama Kwarasi. Yeah. And you've got, one of the ones that I've just added. Azure Coffee with Azure Coffee. There he is. A goalkeeper, 80 overall, 95 potential. He got maximum potential off us. Obviously, just dropped into the game, so not had any dynamic potentials mess about with that. So you got rolled the dice, got the highest of the lot at this moment. So you've got to be pleased with that. I think you wanted pink hair. There's no pink hair in FIFA. A lot of people wanted big beards. A lot of people want big beards. You can't, from what I know, can't put the big beards in the career mode, which is an absolute shame. Yeah, that's that. There's another one here, Big Ginger Murph with Stephen Murphy. Is that just Stefan? Mate, Irish names, I swear, some of them. What's the one? Podie here. I mean, Paudie, but it's pronounced Podie, basically. I've gone straight past it. There he is, Stephen Murphy. He wanted him to be thick. There you go. He thick. 6'6", big lad. 80 overall, 93 potential. Hopefully he doesn't sign for one of the Premier League teams. Fingers crossed, because that would be a nightmare to play against, really. And then we have Lucian Fox. presumably from, I think this guy's from Luxembourg. Submitted by Seth25. There he is. He's playing for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Big chance of us seeing him in action. Very, very good player. 80 overall, 88 potential. Did we check Murphy's potential? Probably not. Let's get a little check on that. You got a 93 potential there. So, yeah, it could be a monster. I'm just scared. I know how good a Okonkwo and Morgan Collins. Who else was in that body type? Someone else was in that body type and I've completely forgot. Oh, no, it's Kravchik as well. No, let's say Okonkwo. I know how good Okonkwo and Morgan Collins have been in that body type. Kravchik, a little bit hit and miss at the moment. I don't want to be defending something like that. We've just seen Lucian Fox. Charlie Williams got rejected due to behaviour in Discord. Dear me. Bad Charlie. Bad. Fletcher Jet, Ryan Fletcher. Used to work with a Ryan Fletcher. He's just been put in here. A 77 overall, 21-year-old Irish. Got 92 potential. Yeah, let's see which team he gets snapped up by. I know because we're like more than halfway through the save now that maybe I'll hold off until the end of this season, and then I might just force them into a club, just randomly get them to a club that I think that they would develop at. Maybe make draw up a list and just randomize off that list. Ryan Fletcher, just to make sure that they get off the free agents list and give you a bit of value for your patronage, patron pledge. Yeah, just give you some value for money. I'm all about that value for money. Hip Hop from Hayden Parsons. This is one that I've added today. Nice. I'm going the wrong way. Someone's going to time code every single time that I go the wrong way alphabetically. Hip Hop, free agent, striker, 75 overall, 91 potential. He'll get snapped up for sure. Especially, I don't think teams in the Premier League go for English players over everything. Nah. In Football Manager, they probably would do because they'd have to think about the squad registrations. But FIFA, I very much doubt. Well, he'll get snapped up by someone. Jack Mays with James May. So the others, this was created at the start of last season, I think it was, and the others around that time have all been taken. But you see, James May is different because James May was set at 1 acceleration and 1 sprint speed. Because if you know anything, and I think 1 agility as well, because if you know anything about Top Gear, you know that he's called Captain Slow. He's actually improved 7 acceleration, 5 sprint speed, 10 agility. Although, knowing that news, Jack will probably tell me to turn it down again and just force him into a club. That'll be hilarious to see someone progress with absolutely no speed whatsoever. Anyway, that's James May. Cool. He's got 96 potential. There you go. So he's got maximum potential, probably why he's growing so quick. I would like to see him just see how quick his acceleration and sprint speed go. Just with that 96 potential, that would be really, really funny to watch. Brighton Lima. Now, checking this out on Google, I think this guy was a rugby player. And I might be really insulting a lot of people because he might be very, 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 very famous rugby players. But I wouldn't really know that much. Sorry. He is 81 overall, 90 potential. Looking like a good player. I like the nods to other sports. I think we had one last year. I like that. Atlas Axelson from Jason Allen. Atlas. Oh boy, the list of requirements for this one. it hurt me. It made me cry. The boots, I know the boots are not right, but there's only so much. There's only so much until you go, right, okay, next one. He's got a 95 potential. That's good. The 76 overall, playing for Buenos Aires. Oh God, what are they actually called? It's completely gone out of my mind. Oh my God, what? This River Plate? Oh, Boca Juniors. Yeah, cool. Wow. Yeah, he's playing for Boca. Cool. Wow. That was incredible. Snorri Sturluson from Jokkel Ari Haraldsson. So he's had a holdover in Leonardo Mamacelli, and now we got Snorri. Let's find him. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Snorri there, overall 77 overall, playing for Fortaleza. He's 6'8". We've got 6'8" players. I do apologise. Wow, he's even bigger, with a 92 potential. That he would be I'd be all over him. Sign him up. If he wasn't a wonder kid, that'd be the first one on the old list. We just call him Snorri. Get in there. That's a good one. We have KCT Lux with Shane Tyler, Cregan Fox. I've just seen him, I think. A 77 overall striker playing for Club Tijuana. 90 potential. Whew. Did we talk about Snorri? Yeah, 92 potential. So there he is. 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. Yeah. I mean, that would be also another player that I'd be like, hello. 99 sprint speed? Jesus. Woo. Okay, Mika with Kerplunk. That's the way you do it. Calling someone Kerplunk. I'm all about that kind of silliness. A 20-year-old, 72 overall central attack midfielder with a 92 potential, just being added in, so he is a free agent still. We've got 2 more to go, and then we're free. Jan van der Man. Yeah, I've gone the wrong way again. Jan van der Man, 77 overall, big boy, playing for Coritiba, Brazilian league. I'm going to think that, I presume, 96 potential. So maximum potential there. Whew. Yeah. I mean, look at that. Look at that bald head. Oh. It looks like it's got a matte finish. I've never seen a head with a matte finish before. Oh, your final one. I've just dropped on it straight away. We got Kelechi Okonkwo, some lad, Wale Ishola. He just wanted to have like a nephew of Okonkwo's drop in. I'm very much down for that because this was probably the easiest one to add in terms of the Wonder Kids. Only took me about 10-15 minutes. Yeah. So he's shorter than Okonkwo, but obviously he retains the thickness. Hopefully he has a great career. He got max potential out the gate, 95 for the randomizer, and hopefully the dynamics push that up to 96. That's that. We have talked a little bit about Fifa Tracker. Now, I am going to do a couple of these as time goes by, but I also want to show you what FIFA Tracker does, so you can keep up to date if I just drop more save files. So here's the FIFA Tracker website, and the first thing you'll want to do, let's go to the main menu. You'll be greeted with something like this. You'll want to be registering up, just signing up, email, username, password, simple stuff. And then once you've got that all confirmed and that, use the drop down here, My Careers, and you'll be asked to drag and drop your file here. The file that I put in the description. Nice and easy, yeah? So here we go. I believe this one is it. Boom. Let it upload. Just quickly gonna go through this. Not gonna make it a massive tutorial, but just for anyone who doesn't know how to work it, I'll let you figure the rest out for yourself. Wait a second. It's called Harrogate backup, so this is the backup file. Just processing data. It just processes. It's just reading all the information off that spreadsheet that I was talking to you about, and gives it to you, presents it to you in a more pleasing format. There we go. Set up. I have no idea what's going on with this. Presumably there is some kind of swear word in Mikel Okonkwo's name. I don't know. Whatever. But you can see here, club record. We've played 218, won 101. Yeah. With a goal difference of +10. Wicked. 3 stars. But that's not why we're here. Once this is done, and it's looking like this, you can go to players. And it will show you all the players in the save. But really, we want to be looking at generated players. And then you'll be able to see the top generated players within the save. Very glad that Tori Skalitsky is top. Essentially, would be the best player in the save, generated-wise. Definitely with the highest value at the moment. But we got one Real Madrid, which is awesome, and two centre-backs, Brazilian centre-backs, Real Madrid and Leicester City. So, I'm sure we'll see his name pop up occasionally. Yeah, that's it. You've got your advanced filters up here. And, yeah, have fun. You'll be able to find your players quite easily. You can search for players here with the names. No problem. There you go. So that was the little what do you call it? Tutorial, if that is even a tutorial. Just show how it works. And what you can click on this player, for instance, and it'll show you not only the stats, but in-game ratings in every single position. Very, very useful FIFA Tracker, especially if you've got a team like Harrogate Town, where you're still really unsure on what the first team is going to look like eventually. So I will be using this now that it's been updated very frequently, because today is the first time that I've actually been on this FIFA Tracker website with this save, and I've already got a clearer mind of what is to come in the future, including signings. All right, hope that was informative. I just want to say thank you to everybody who is a patron. Just cheers for the support. I know that the early video rewards are well behind. We are working very hard. I'm sure you can see it in this video on the save, and you know that thing will be restored eventually. But I know you guys are super patient with me, and I do appreciate it. I do very much appreciate it. Look at that, Frankie de Jong, 96 overall. I've got it. You use cookies. God damn it. Yeah. I hope that everything gets a little bit more slick soon. It does break me occasionally. I do try and go as hard as possible at the start of a FIFA cycle, because I want this channel to be, well, I want the main channel to be a success. The extra channel can do what it wants. It's there for a little bit of fun, a little bit of creativity now and again. But I'm sure you can understand that the main thing that I want is the success on the first channel, and man, I will go a far distance to see success on that first channel, including like not that much sleep, a lot of work, and maybe a missed patron pledge now and again, or patron reward now and again with a groveling apology. I know that most of you guys are there just to support me. I will try my very best to fulfill everything. Okay? Cheers, guys.